we're going to what, county?
Yeah, we have only one county level candidate. So for Millard County Commissioner, I nominate Stephen Lamar Sorenson. And Stephen couldn't be here today, so I have a prepared speech from him.
I'll second.
You like to second?
Yeah.
Okay. He says, "My name is Stephen Sorenson. I am announcing my candidacy for Millard County Commissioner. Along with many others, I was deeply disappointed with the audacity of our current commissioners in raising their salaries, especially during an economic recession. Current commissioner compensation rates range from $39,000 to $49,000 per year plus benefits. My main incentive for running is to return county commissioner salaries to a part-time level of $25,000 per year. I will commit to make a motion at each and every commission meeting to lower salaries. I will also donate back to the county my compensation above $25,000 for the 4 years served if elected. I've been a resident of Kanosh for the last 36 years. I was born and raised in Axtell, Sanpete County. I have been married to Patty Kimball for 36 years. We have raised 5 children. I received a bachelor's degree with high honors from Southern Utah University and a master's degree from Utah State University. I have served on the Kanosh Town Council for 10 years. I coached Little League Baseball for 15 years and also coached junior jazz basketball. I have served many different capacities in the LDS Church. My work experience is extremely varied. I was raised on a farm in Axtell. I've worked as a construction equipment operator, a crusher operator, a welder, a liaison officer, a wildland firefighter, a statesman, and an owner-operator of a semi-truck. For the past 30 years, I have owned and operated a stone supply business located in Fillmore and now in Kanosh. We supply a variety of stones to companies in the United States, Canada, and Europe. If you believe that government should exist to serve the citizens and not the citizens to serve the government, I would appreciate your vote in November." That was from Stephen Sorenson.
Okay, since there's no really asking him questions, let's go anybody for none of the above in that race. I will take that as a no. Good. So who do we have left? Anybody?
That's it for candidates.
Okay.
Was there anybody else that wanted to make any more motions on that? Okay.
Would it be appropriate for the first time to ask the nomination from the floor?
No. No, the problem is that you can't run from the floor. You have to file back in March.
Okay.
Yes, so I move... Andy, what is it that you got to talk about?
Okay. In addition to the candidates that we're going to be nominating today, we need to nominate 6 federal electors. For those of you who do not know, and it's not on the ballot, so we're going to do it right now. For those of you who do not know, when you go in November and check the Libertarian Party candidate for president or Republican or whomever, you don't actually vote for them. You vote for 6 people who are nominated by the party to go up to the state capitol in January and actually cast the state's votes. We have to have 6 party members who are electors, and they are the ones who actually cast our votes. The likelihood is we might not actually have any duties because our candidate might not carry the state, but if he should, we have to have electors. So I'm going to ask for 6 volunteers or 6 nominations. We have to have 6 party members who are willing to task that and vote for our candidate for president if he should carry the state. Okay?
I volunteer.
2?
I volunteer.
Okay, can you give me names, please?
Yeah, hold on, let's start first. So, what's your name again, sir? Last name?
Okay.
Zimmerman.
Okay.
Then we got Jim Dexter.
Jim Dexter.
Aaron. Richard Sobers.
That's 4. I'm looking. Okay.
So
Brian Cameron.
Brian
Cameron.
And then Ferber.
And
then Ferb.
Jeremy Ferber. Call me Ferb. Delegates or national?
No,
This is electors.
These are electors, presidential electors.
So when we win the presidential nomination, you go and vote for him.
I move we close the nominations and elect all those on your list by acclamation.
Roughly.
Okay, so did everybody hear that? You want to say that again in the microphone, please, Ken?
I move that we close the nominations and elect by acclamation the names on Andy's list.
Do you have everybody that?
Yeah, let me read them.
Did you get Rob? Because Rob's raising his hand over there too.
Well, that's 7. The first 6 I have are these: Brent Zimmerman, Jim Dexter, Aaron Partridge, Richard Sobers, Brian Camerith, and Jeremy Furbush. If we're going to have other people, then we'll have to have some kind of an election. Does anybody wish to join that group and have a...
I think there's some on this side of the room that still want it.
Yeah, because that was a first come, first served type of deal.
Okay, well, all right. Anyone else who wants to be an elector? Rob, do you want to be an elector?
Sure.
So do we have everybody on this list that wants to be an elector? Because I'm going to move to accept it, and then we'll move to I don't know, right? That's all I have to do is move to...
Well,
we
we
need to
got
move on the
7.
vote.
We're going to have to cut it to 6.
Okay. Anybody want to drop
And
out?
one of them just walked out.
I think he's getting a drink.
Okay. So Brian's dropping out.
Dropping
in
out
favor
for
of
Rob.
Yep.
Okay, so first we
Okay,
need to vote on
let me-
whether we'll do that.
Yeah,
and
let
then
me...
we'll vote
Well, we
on-
have to do it.
Well, no.
That
we need to
list.
vote on. We need to vote on whether we'll take Ken's motion.
Okay, yeah.
And then we need to
All right.
vote on the actual.
Okay, fine.
Okay, so all in favor?
Yeah.
Okay, nays?
All right, let me read the list again so you know who you're voting for, and then we'll need an approval. Brent Zimmerman, Jim Dexter, Aaron Partridge, Richard Sobers, Jeremy Furbush, Rob Latham.
Point of order, my motion included electing by acclamation so that it's over.
It did.
We can move on.
It did.
Yeah.
It did. That's what he said. That's what
Okay.
passed. Thanks.
So his motion.
It's done.
Okay, that's awesome. Okay.
Okay, good. So we got that done?
It's done.
Okay,
Okay.
good. So now it's delegates, right?
Yeah. We had to change the bylaws this year as a result of our convention being later than it usually is, I believe. And National needed us to submit names to them for their bit database a full month before their convention. And so we have a list, but we have the option of completely throwing out that list and starting over. I would like to move to start over on the list and gather new delegates. Seconded.
Okay, so yays?
Can we have discussion to that motion?
Yes.
Sure.
And in fact,
Use the mic, please.
and first, don't we need to debate the bylaw changes first before we actually go to the list of nominating delegates?
See, Rob, you would know this more than I would. Do we need to ratify our bylaw changes? Because I know that on most of the bylaw changes, the executive committee has the luxury of changing the bylaws without any sort of review, I do believe.
Okay.
But we do have a right to, is that not the case? We do have the right to, as the membership, to suggest the bylaws in full and have it voted on, or?
Yeah, so not knowing this was going to be an issue. Let's see.
I think Jim had a point.
Say again?
You do not have the power to do this without the approval of the convention. The convention is the ruling body of the party. You may make temporary changes because of political or governmental exigencies, as you probably did.
Yeah.
But then you have to get it ratified by the convention.
By everybody here, put it to a vote.
So
I think Jim's right.
I can point to Article 10 of our party's bylaws, and B says amendment. So this Constitution may be temporarily amended by a 2/3 majority of the Central Committee, subject to permanent ratification of the voters at any LP Utah convention, with the exception of the Article 2 Statement of Principles, which may be amended by 3/4. Amendments may be proposed by any 3 members 30 days before next convention. So it's too late to do that. Now, by the way, bylaws, so this Constitution may be supplemented by bylaws governing procedural matters. Bylaws may be proposed and adopted by the Central Committee and are not subject to approval by the general membership. However, the membership may alter or revoke bylaws at any annual convention. So I guess were these changes constitutional changes or bylaws?
They were bylaw changes. They didn't change the Constitution.
Okay, but the membership has the ability, I guess, to debate them, alter or revoke them at any annual convention if we want to. So I think just in the interest of transparency, can we maybe identify for the members what bylaws changes were done?
Unfortunately, I don't have a copy of the original, but I can kind of give you an overview of what we did. Let me start at the top, and I'll just go through it real quick. Membership, we changed the qualification of membership that we allow people who are registered with the national party that they have their registration card for being a national member. They can register at the convention instead of having to be bound by the 30 days. We also did a, let's see, hold on one second. Okay, we made a, so I want to make sure I get all these.
There was one to address national convention delegates. There was a membership one, and then wasn't there a county party one?
Let me find the top of it. I want to make sure that I start at the top of the bylaws and go down to make sure that we cover all of it. Okay. Okay, under Chapter 1 dues, we did a little bit of just changing the words around in order to make it a little more concrete, it'll sound a little better. In actuality, it hasn't changed the function of the dues clause. All it does is say that annual dues are $20 and they're due no later than the last day of the month of the anniversary of the member's first due payment. And then Section B that we did add, it says that the party may withhold the dues paying classification of a member until payment is tendered to the party by the member or by someone on the prospective member's behalf. The second part we changed was just one moment. Okay, under Section 3, candidates whose races encompass multiple counties or are contained within a county that does not have a county convention will be chosen at the nominating convention by members in good standing who reside within those respective districts. Let's remember that when we do the actual ballots. I don't believe we probably in any of the races have met that qualification, but if that's the case, the 5 people will vote in that race. In the event that there is less than 5 members from a legislative district that are in attendance at the state convention, candidates who have not already been nominated at a county convention will be chosen by the general membership in good standing. Let's see. The next thing we changed was the delegates section in order to accommodate for the change with the NatCon. We added Section E, which is if the date of the state convention is such that it will fall after the cutoff for submitting a delegation list to the the Libertarian National Committee. 1, the party will mail a notice to all members in good standing at least 5 days prior to the cutoff date asking for volunteers to become delegates and alternatives. Notification via the party newsletter will be considered acceptable notice. 2, the delegation list will be filled with qualified members on a first-come basis, starting with delegates and then alternatives. In the event that the number of volunteers is less than the total number of slots available, the EC may add additional qualified members to the list using any method it chooses. 3, the chair will submit the NatCon delegation list to the secretary and the credentials committee chair of the National Libertarian Party along with a copy of the party's constitution and bylaws prior to the cutoff. 4, state convention attendees must ratify and may amend the NatCon delegation list. The chair must submit an amended NatCon delegation list to the secretary and the credentials committee chair of the National Libertarian Party no later than 5 days after the state convention. In the event that the delegation list is not ratified, the party will not send a delegation to the NatCon. And I believe that concludes the amendments.
Okay. Thank you. And so if it's in order, I move to ratify those bylaws.
Second on that, move. Okay, all in favor, yay? Okay. Anyone just have any points of contention, suggestions? Okay, so yays, we got yays. Opposed? Okay, good, done.
Okay, our last order of business is nominating delegates to the National Convention in Las Vegas. Now we do have a list. Go ahead, you had a question?
When is that?
The National Convention is going to be May 2nd through the 6th, I believe. And the first day is going to be candidate training. It's not going to be business, but I believe every day after that is business. just so anybody knows, it's $94 for the floor fee. So please keep that in mind when you volunteer.
Yeah, when you volunteer.
So I move that we amend the delegate list. Can I have a second?
Second. Oh, go ahead, Rob.
Can you read what the delegate list is right now?
If you give me one moment, it
was really a dummy list. They said you got to get something, you could just gin something up, and we sent it. And really with every intention of redoing it right now. Just so if that helps you, because it might take them a while to dig it out of the file out.
Is it 9 this year?
Yeah, I think it's 9. That's what I heard.
I understood 9.
Yeah.
9.
I'll start with 1.
Yes, Willie.
Suggest first of all we start by just having people raise their hands if they intend to go to the convention. Then you'll know, do we have 9 people that are even
Okay,
going?
let's just do that. Who here can actually go to the convention and pay the $90 whatever dollars or whatnot? So how many is that? 1, 2, 3.
I believe Andy McCullough was also planning.
6,
but
7.
I'm not sure.
Okay, yeah, and I know there's also Rob, isn't there? Tom Garrison.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, would anybody like to talk on? Rob would know the people that aren't here that would like to go as well. So
add two more from St. George.
So we're looking at like already 10 or 11. We're over.
A point
Yes,
of inquiry.
Ferb has the floor. Go
I
ahead.
just have a question. There's a $94 rule now. Can you explain what's going on with that at the national level?
The best I can put it is that basically it's a floor fee, and
what does that mean?
Well, it depends on how you want to interpret it. Some people that are protesting it, like Mark, are looking at it as a poll tax, and others don't look at it that way. And that's about as best I can explain.
So in order to
be a delegate, you got to pay.
You have to pay $94 plus the convention to get into the convention?
Yep.
Or?
one option would be maybe to go as an alternative, and then once it's brought up, maybe we can move. Mark would know on this more than I would. Maybe we can make a
Mark
movement
is very. He started a whole Facebook group too.
I'm certainly not in favor of excluding people based on their income levels. That pretty much, it's going to put some people that might have attended out.
Unfortunately, that's out of our hands.
I do believe the executive committee
brought up at the convention.
Yes.
So I think that's something that needs to be addressed by people contending to become delegates. And also, could you explain how the number of delegates is chosen? Like, how did we get assigned 9 delegates?
I think Rob would know better than me because he knows more National Party stuff than I do. How did we get to 9? Do you know?
There's a formula in the national bylaws. It's based on your presidential candidate's performance in the last presidential election, the number of national dues-paying members from a state. There may be other things, but those are the basic ones. And then based on that formula, they calculate the number of delegates each state affiliate is allocated.
Thanks very much.
Did you want to say something, Dwight?
Oh, no, I just think what we first do is vote the ones in that are here.
Vote for the ones that are here that want to run, want to go. And that might be 6 or 7. And then we should nominate 2 that have told someone that they positively will go.
Okay. Anybody second that?
I second it.
Okay. So in favor of Dwight's suggestion? Yeas?
Could we restate this? Sorry,
So Dwight, it was basically vote on the people here now and save out 2 slots for people who aren't? Is that basically?
Only 7, whatever, right.
Okay.
Does that help you, Rob?
No, I don't understand. What's he proposing to do?
I think he's proposing that the people who have volunteered, we vote them in one vote right now to make them the delegates.
And then save 2 slots for people like in St. George or something that couldn't make it out here.
I have the names. I can bring them up afterwards.
And then we can maybe vote on those 2 slots for people who aren't
at this convention.
Yeah, that's his motion.
I got it.
Okay, so can we get a yay in favor of that? Okay? Yeah, I'm in favor. Okay, and okay, please.
So you guys are pretty much saying, just for a point of clarification, what you guys are saying is that we shouldn't hear what these delegates or proposed delegates have to say about the $94 rule, nor about who they are planning on supporting for the election to the presidency of the United States on behalf of our party. Is that what you're saying? So we're not going to get to hear what the delegates want or who they're supporting for president, what their position is on the $94 rule?
Well, let's make sure. Dwight, is that what you're saying?
Well, as I understand it, delegates that go, it used to be, I'll put this, you had to pay national dues to be a national member and a state member to go to a convention. So I've only been to one convention to go to.
Not anymore?
But I have to warn you that national dues is $25. You might have to pay that. But no, all of the executive, all of the national leaders that voted for the $94 for the 2 days, you have to be there Friday and Saturday. Those are when the important votes.
Rob, can you speak to that?
Well, but that's not responding to his question. I think
my question
Mr. Purvis's question is if we pass your motion, the attendees here are not able to query the delegates who may go to the national convention on what their position is on the $94 fee or which presidential candidate they support.
You're not allowed to go even beyond the convention floor without paying the $94.
Right, yeah.
He's just asking an opinion.
I would like the...
No, it's not an opinion. That's what nationalists say.
That's not my point. My point is I would like... If I'm going to be voting for a delegate, I want them to raise that issue at the convention and strike it down if possible.
He's concerned with not hearing the two people who aren't here.
I want to hear about...
You want another motion, you want a second motion that delegates speak out whether...
I want to hear from the people that are wanting to be delegates. I want to hear what they have to say.
Before he votes for him, is what he's saying.
Before I vote for him.
So, okay, so let's vote on the first motion. If you don't like it, you can raise another motion, but let's be quick about it if we can. We got 5 minutes, otherwise we're going to have to extend even more. So, all in favor of what Dwight was saying? Yays? Okay, nays?
I think the nays carry.
Boy, that's pretty close.
Can we call for a visual vote?
Yeah, can we, all in favor, stand, please? I will count. Please stand.
That's 4, 5.
Okay, and all nays, please stand. Yeah, the nays got it. Okay, so any other motions? Any other motions?
Well,
yes, Rob.
I move that we hear from, I guess I still don't know the names on the list, so...
I'm compiling the list right now. I can start reading them to you. I have myself on the list. And I have Adam Steed, Kayvon Honorver, Barry Short, Rob Latham. Let's see.
I'm going to add. Who's after Adam Steed?
What was that?
Just maybe I'll ask you to read through it again, but I missed.
Okay. All I have on my list is I have Courtney White, which is myself, Adam Steed, Kayvon Harnever, Barry Short, and Rob Latham. That's 5.
Yes,
and
Willie.
Willie,
and
did
Willie.
you send me an email also? Okay, so Willie.
And then Mark. Mark's going. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
What about Andy?
And then I think Andy's going. And then I know Tom wanted to be one. Tom Garrison.
And his wife, Deb.
And his wife, Deb. Now, Tom is in... He's in St. George. He couldn't make it, so...
Okay, that makes our list 10. We've only got 9 delegates. Does somebody want to volunteer to be an alternative instead? You're not going to arrive till Friday?
Okay, so Mark will be an alternate.
Mark will be an alt? Okay. What did you say, Ken? I didn't hear you.
I don't understand you're not going to list without us all voting. No, it's a list. It's not been voted on.
Oh. Yeah,
we're just making a list.
We haven't voted on it yet.
We will vote, though. Don't worry. Things
we can go
work
one
out.
by one if you would prefer.
But Dwight's question was maybe what constituted the need for a list, and maybe some other delegates might have that same question.
You got to be elected. You got to be here to be elected.
Okay.
Well, somebody can nominate them, and we can vote on them. They don't necessarily have to be here.
Yeah, like our federal candidate was nominated, and he wasn't here.
It's probably not in your best interest not to be here, but it's definitely nothing barring you from being nominated.
Okay, so should we move through this then?
Sure.
Anybody else that is here present that wants to be considered in the voting for delegates? We've got Courtney, Adam, Kayvon, Barry, Rob, Willie Marshall, Mark is an alternate, Andy McCullough, I don't know where he's at, and then Tom and Deb, who are not here. Anybody else?
For alternate.
For alternate, okay.
What was your last name again, Dwight?
SPE2S.
Okay.
Yes, Katie?
Okay. So Katie White, alternate. Anybody else? Okay. So what would you like to do? Just
You know what? Let's just
we'll
run
go through the
this
list and see if anybody wants to speak, and then we should vote on each one independently. Is that how we?
I vote in the interest of time that we not have them speak, just elect with unanimous, with acclamation.
Okay.
Those who are called as delegates and those who are alternates.
We got a second.
With the provision that the executive officers can add additional alternates if they wish.
I think we've already voted this down. Right?
Yeah.
We voted down the bill to, or the motion to just ratify the list as one large sum. So, is that what he's proposing again? I think he's proposing that we don't have speeches, that we just say yes or no to each candidate one at a time.
In the interest of time, we don't have to listen to all these people.
Yeah, okay, and that is true. In the interest of time, let's just go through and make yay or nay votes on these people. If you don't know them, if you don't like them, whatever, then just don't vote for them, okay? So let's go through, power through this list.
Did we get a vote on it?
Do we need one?
No, for Ken's motion.
No, I'm saying in the interest of time, let's just go past it. I'm sorry, Ken, but let's just move on. Okay, so all in favor of Courtney White? Yay? Any nays? Okay, so that you're in. No offense taken. Don't worry. Adam Steed, yay? Okay. Nay? Yeah, when I call your name, if you're here, please stand up and wave wildly. Kayvon, Hanover.
Okay.
Yays? Nays? Okay, so that's a yes. We're pretty much voting everybody. Give me your pen.
Okay.
Very short. Yays. Okay, nays? Rob Latham.
Yes.
Okay, nays on Rob Latham.
I was a yay on nay.
Okay, Willie Marshall. Yay. Okay, so we're not voting on alternates.
Until we
Eventually, yes. He will be. I'm going to next. That's okay. It's okay to be excited for Andy. I'm excited for Andy too. Andy McCullough?
Nays on Willie, you didn't ask for it.
Oh, okay. So nays on Willie. Okay. Andy McCullough, yays. Nays on Andy? Okay, so that passes. Okay, Tom Garrison, who is not here. Yays? Nays? Okay, he passes. Deb Garrison, which is his wife, again not here. Yays? Nays?
Dwight wanted to be an alternate.
Oh, okay. Okay, so we pretty much 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay, that's our 9.
We're done.
Okay, so on alternates, first is Mark Hilgenberg.
Yay. Nays? Okay.
And then second is Catherine White.
Yays? Any nays? Okay. Looks like we're done with that.
Okay, I believe that concludes business.
Sorry again?
Oh, Dwight. We forgot.
Yeah.
Okay, Dwight.
Oh, yeah, sorry, Dwight.
Dwight Steffner. Yays? I guess he needs to call it.
Yeah, yays. Yay, okay, I saw that. Nays? Any nays? Okay. And he's an alt, right?
Alt, yeah.
Yep.
I don't have it there.
Oh, here.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're done with party business then.
Just ask if there's any other.
Any other business or inquiries anybody wants to raise now? Otherwise, we will end this part and go to the fun part. Anyone? Yes.
Anybody who decides later they want to go to the convention, come anyway, because you can always become an
alternate from Utah right up to the very last minute, or you can hit up other states and be a delegate if you want to, because they'll let you.
Yeah, great point. And it's just fun. You're going to network. You're going to meet a lot of great people anyway. So anything else before we close?
Well, I think we need to vote before we close the meeting, but that's the end of the stuff on the agenda.
Well, wait, aren't you, just so we're clear, you're not closing the business portion?
No.
Okay. So have you talked about balloting or?
Yeah, although we don't have the ballot on the agenda, can I move to amend the agenda to allow for a ballot period?
Yeah, I'll second.
Okay.
Second.
Vote on it?
Yeah, can we get a vote? Yeas? Nays? Okay, carries.
Okay, everyone did receive, go ahead, Dwight.
Another point is you need to be there Friday morning. You need to be there for all votes. Please inform the candidates. So if you come in Saturday afternoon, you won't be worth a darn to our.
And we'll be sending all this kind of stuff out. If you have any advice like this, send it to us, the executive committee. Just go to the website, email it, and we will be in contact and doing these kind of reminders as well before people head out too. So please, if you don't get your point across or you remember something when you're driving home or whatever, feel free to always communicate. You can call us, you can email, whatever. So.
Yeah, all of our information's on the website. I have my cell phone on there. If you have anything to ask me, call me day or night. I don't care. So, and so all of you should have received a ballot, and there's pens in that jug up there. So what we'll do is we'll do the ballots, and then we'll have them voted, or we'll have them tallied by a few different people to guarantee their accuracy.
So who's gonna? Katie, you're gonna be involved with that? So find Katie after you voted. Yeah, did you guys hear that? Do not put your names on it. Secret ballot.
Okay.
Anything else?
We just need to wait for the ballots. So, just yield time to.
Okay, yield time to vote. And I actually need a ballot.
Yeah, it's Andy's, isn't it?
Yeah, that's Andy's.